Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. Now we all are on the last stage of this final term and we all know that this is our final presentation. So me and my team hope that you will listen to this carefully. This is Nisha Dhoni. Today, me and my group that includes Norvin, Ashley and Zoha will be presenting a case study about Blake Sports Apparel and Active Switchwear. We will also gonna discuss the solutions of the case with the help of module 2nd, that is effective business communication, and module 8 collaboration productivity and delivering effective messages. I will be presenting the summary of the case, then Norvin will give the analysis of the case study. After him, Ashley will tell us what challenges faced by the company and will give solution accordingly. At the end, Joha will give the overview and conclusion of the case. So today we will see how a growing company doing so good in the business, but meanwhile facing issues regarding leadership, team development, and its structure. Let's look into the summary of the case. The Blake Sports Apparel and Active Switchwear was a small manufacturing company that developed sports apparel and accessories using logos of leagues and brands. The company was founded by Cameron Barker's father, and after a decade, Cameron Barker held the seat as the CEO of the company. And he was so determined to grow his business, he wanted to expand his clients. So he met a mid-sized brand, Cartlock, and began manufacturing goods for that company. He took Cartlock from zero to billion. After some time, he started feeling uneasy doing business for Cartlock. So he approached Howell, a large global brand, and to deal with this much big brand, he needed to upgrade the infrastructure. So he did, and the negotiation starts. With this new deal, his business started to grow, and he took over his biggest competitor, Cartlock. New challenges arose with this rapid growth. They were started facing problems regarding pricing and margins. To tackle these issues, the executive team traveled around the world and surveyed marketplaces and met customers to examine pricing, but they failed to sort this out. Despite these issues, the company was facing other challenges, including the poor leadership. The lack of leadership established throughout the company. The CEO and the other executive team failed to set good example for their employees. Whenever the employees expressed their issues, instead of solving them, the executive team criticized them. There was lack of morale in the company, and the case highlighted that there is a lack of communication. There was no personal interaction within the departments, and the main challenge was the collaboration. Well, there are many other issues than these I have discussed in the previous slide. There were trust issues within the company, and the company wasn't meeting any of the deadline of their work, and the CEO was wondering if he placed the right people on the right job. However, there are four main questions arose in this case which are really needed to address. The first question is, what will Barker do to increase the communication and collaboration within the company? And what he will do to change his own leadership style? And the third question is, how he will gonna make his executive team effective? And the last question is, what he will do to change the team dynamic and team performance? Well, all these questions will be addressed by my group mates in the further slides.
By making an overall analysis at Blake Sports and Apparels, we can find out that there were different problems that led to the failure of the company. The first problem was there were problems in group development. The group was not arranged properly. The second thing was there were no systematic stages which would connect the group. So there were conflicts or misunderstandings among different departments of the groups. Thirdly, they lacked Tuckman's five stages of process model, which was a great failure for the company. If these stages would have followed properly, it will help the team to grow effectively and efficiently. The another point was the employees of the Blake Sports mainly focused on primary tasks. They did not thought of innovative ideas which would benefit the company. They were not as flexible while working for the company. The last and the main thing was there was lack of policies and procedures, which was the main reason which led to all these failures that occurs in black sports and apparels. After looking at the analysis, we could find out that there were certain problems that the company faced. But to overcome these problems, there were certain solutions that could be implemented. The first solution was to communicate effectively. Each and every member of the team could should try to communicate effectively with their members so that there are no misunderstandings. Second is leadership skills and teamwork. If they want to achieve their goals, they should show leadership skill and also should work in a team. Should do not see their personal and individual benefits. They should work as a team and see to accomplish that goal as a team goal. The third is key aspects of team conflicts. People or the CEO or the superiors could find out what are the key aspects that lead to conflicts so that they could find out the ways to resolve those conflicts. The last is to mainly focus on four stages of Tuckmans. Those are forming, norming, storming, and performing. These stages will definitely help the team to get out of these situations and bring out their best so that they will benefit the company in many ways and there will be no conflicts, better performance, and benefit of the company. Now let's take a look about what were the problems that the companies have faced. The very first problem that the company faced was retailers were interested in selling products, but the team did not manage to enter new customers. The team was already focused on existing customers and they did not put the efforts to focus on the new customers who wanted to enter the market. The second was internal management. The management was a total failure. They failed in various aspects, such as they also failed in developing new products. There was miscommunication between inter-departments. For example, the sales department and the inventory department also had miscommunications. When the sales department received the inventory reports from the inventory department, the sales department thought as their work was questioned. This led to misunderstanding among them and affected company in various ways. The another problem was pricing. As there was miscommunication between these departments, the pricing among these teams was problematic. That the team was not able to point a fixed price to the fixed products. There was due to the miscommunications and various conflicts between the team, it adversely affected the company in many ways. So here are the Tuckman's five stages which are necessary while working in an organization or a team. If these stages are followed properly and appropriately, this is better for it will definitely help the team or the organization to work smoothly. Now we will learn in detail about this in the further slides. Now moving toward the Tuckman's first stage. The very important stage while working on a team is forming. The forming is a process where different members come together. They meet each other to form a team. The second thing is they learn about the tasks and their roles. Each member of the team should know about what is their tasks and what is their roles that they are going to perform while working on a team. Third is they encourage each other to work effectively and smoothly to achieve the team goal. The second stage is storming. Storming is a process where the members who meet each other, who have come together, they work together. They try to work together effectively and efficiently. They learn from each other's abilities, and the leader plays an important role in this stage. A leader is a person who focuses on the team and sees to it whether the team is working cooperatively and effectively. The third stage is norming. Norming is a stage where the members of the team come together and the work is distributed among its members. They try to work and act together to achieve their goal. They evolve for success, and economic is a stage where each and every member of the team is given freedom to express his or her opinion and ideas. The fourth and the last stage is performing. This is a very important stage. In this stage, every member of the team should work hard towards to achieve its goals. There should be flexibility among its team members, and everyone should be focused so that the goal of the team is achieved in an efficient manner.
The company was facing various challenges within the organization because they didn't follow the Tuckman's five-stage model very clearly and efficiently. Some of the challenges the company was facing were as the employees were always criticized by expressing pressing issues within the organization. The organization never thought of going to the core of the problems. Other challenges were lack of leadership. There was communication barrier between the employees and within the interdepartment. There was secrecy. The interdepartment never trusted each other. There was lack of involvement and interaction between the employees and interdepartments. One of the problems the case study states that the employees were never ready to take over any position of the top level. If, for example, if any top level manager leaves the organization for any other organization, the employees were not ready to take over his position because they were not very efficient and qualified for that position. That's why the case study states that Baker was described as a described as a good coach but not talented one because he didn't had the opportunity and the power. I would like to highlight some of the weak points the company faced while working on some project. One of the weak point the company faced was of conflict resolution. The conflict resolution department of the company was very poor. So whenever there was a conflict, the CEO Baker had always had to interfere to solve the conflicts. For example, when there was a conflict between two employees, they directly went to the CEO to solve the conflict, whereas they should have gone to the conflict resolution department, but they had more trust in the CEO rather than conflict resolution department. The second weak point would be that the execution team was not always clear on what work should the employees do or how the work should be done. So whenever any problem arose, they directly started blaming the other department or the employees for the problem. The third weak point would be that Baker always concentrated on the internal problems which the company faced rather than he should be concentrating on the external problems of the company, whereas he always tried to solve the internal problem first. The other thing would be that the employees always prioritize their own work above company's work, so that caused a very much problem for the organization because sometimes the organization would give some task to the employees, but the employees would not always concentrate on that task, whereas they would always try to concentrate on a personal task rather than the company's work. The last weak point the company had was that they were never aligned with the global strategies. They always thought of the small picture. They should already have begun the international and expanding of their company within another continents, whereas they were only in the continent of from the beginning. I would like to provide some solutions for the problems the organization was facing. The first solution would be distributed leadership. The company needed to find a leader from the bottom whom the employees would have followed and would have listened to whenever any problem arose. So that would have helped the organization to come to clear the problem as soon as possible because the employees would have been following the leader and his directions. The second thing would be micromanaging. The company needed to manage all the departments from the lower level to the upper level properly, and that would have helped the employees and the departments to solve the problem. The third thing will be transactional leadership. The company should have started the problems and solutions clearing that anyone who completes the problems with effectiveness and effortness would be rewarded, but someone who has found creating the problem would be punished and would have been suspended from the company. So the employees would be happy to know that there are solutions as well as punishments for any problem. The third thing would be the finance department always controlled the most of the department. So the finance department should have given less power and the power should have been distributed evenly among all the departments. That would have helped the departments to take proper actions on the problems whichever arise. The second last thing would be community and unity. If the employees are committed to any cause and united amongst each other, they would have faced any problems which would have coming in their way and solved them in any given time. That would have helped the company to grow very efficiently and faster and have helped them to expand very effectively. The last thing would be clear vision. If the company had a clear vision and the employees have already started believing in that vision, that would have helped the company to grow efficiently and follow the vision very properly. The employees would have clearly followed the vision because they started to believe that vision, and that would have helped the employees to clearly see the vision. Our group would like to recommend some of the solutions to the organization to eradicate the problems they were facing. The first solution would be that the company needed to highlight the problem which they were facing due to miscommunication between the inter-department or the miscommunication between the employees, and they should also clarify the expectations which they had from the employees regarding the solution. The second solution would be the employees should offer different ideas and recommendation which they think that it's beneficial for the company for problem solving. Third thing would be the company should start surveys and workshop for the employees for team building and team development, which will help the employees to develop themselves as an employee and as a person and as a team member, and which will also help them to follow their team leader very efficiently and effectively.
Let's move on to the elements on how can we be successful. According to the case study, the first thing which comes in my mind is that there was a lack of coordination in the team members. So Cameron needed to focus on this aspect. Second, there were appropriate resources in an organization, but there were no skilled workers who could place those roles and responsibilities in a right manner. Third, the most important, communication. There should be a communication in each department so it can avoid conflicts in an organization as well. Next comes is that there should be a goal which should be set by each and every organization and each division in an organization. By setting a goal, you need to focus on your goal and work together as a team and focus on the future. Next, you need to have a tendency to solve those conflicts. There should be no subdivision in the organization. This will create a lot of confusion and it would also lead to various conflicts. So, to avoid subdividing yourselves internally, be professional and work towards a common goal. Based on the case study and the module, I would like to give an overview. Barker lost various opportunities which was coming in his way in the past by neglecting small issues which created into a large issue. Next, they should work together as a team and always grab benefits and opportunities which are coming in their way. They should also incorporate the Tuckman's stages of development to develop their team. Be loyal towards your team members. Try to resolve internal conflicts and avoid showing your weak points in the market. Appoint right responsibilities to the right person in an organization. Doing that would help the organization grow even more. Never overlook problems. Try to solve those problems and create a possible solutions. To conclusion, you should always examine, analyze, compose and evaluate your problems and create a strategy by planning how can we solve and how can we examine and analyze those problems. You should always be very professional when you are working and you should never bring your personal problems into your professional life. You should try to be flexible and you should try to adapt every situation which is coming in your way. You should ask and come to a common agreement if any conflicts occurs in an organization. You should also provide right information and also a practical information which works in a practical environment. Doing that will always be helpful in working towards a common goal. Thank you so much for your valuable time.